What are the belts behind you? So these are belts. I mentioned Steve Engstrom, this guy we've been talking about, has problems with this, but was also he's like a gosh, it's so hard to explain him. Anyways, he was a great guy. Then he kind of went south on us, but he designed all these belts. See, at the time, in 1980s, you got to remember, 1980s, you couldn't go to belt makers. There was no such thing. There was one guy that made belts, Reggie Parks, but we didn't know him. I know him now. I know that he did it now, but I didn't back then. Nobody, Eddie Sharkey didn't even know how to get a hold of him. The big leagues did, like Vern and all McMahon, all those guys. They knew how to. They were in touch. But he's the only guy that made belts, and I imagine it would cost a fortune, even if you could get a hold of them. So the only way to get belts is to make them yourself. And this is where Steve was really handy. He came up with all these designs and crafted these belts. Now, granted, these are properly replicated now with belt makers. They replicated these belts now. These aren't the originals. But they replicated them to the designs of what they were originally. They're better than they used to be. I mean, but they looked just like this pretty much. So that's the thing. The US belt, I said that one wasn't designed by Steve. That one was actually designed by that one right up there, that big one in the upper corner. That one was designed by Mr. Macho himself. When he became the US champion, he asked if he could come up with that belt. And by this time, we had learned from Steve how to make them. Steve had a process, and he kind of showed us. And said, okay, so I see how we do it. Because before Steve, our belts were freaking cardboard and tinfoil. They're garbage. Well, the TWA belt was a little bit better. We used actual sheet metal. And don't laugh at a sheet metal belt, because just so you know, the AWA inmate belt, that big nice AWA Bockwinkel belt, that was made out of sheet metal. People don't really even know that. It's sheet metal based. They made it in the Colorado State Penitentiary is where it was made. But anyways, yeah, Steve, great belt maker for us back in the day, made some really nice belts. Even Eddie Sharkey, when he's seen my world title, when I first went to defend the belt in 1986, he's seen that belt and he's like, wow, where'd you get this? How'd you do this? He was amazed. They had a nice look back in the day. They really did.